Hello, I'm Laura and today I'm going to be chatting about my hair story, and this may seem a bit odd but I get asked so many questions about my hair, and probably today isn't a very good day to film this because my hair is looking quite atrocious. But anyway, I'm going to try and insert pictures where I can, where things are applicable. And so let's get started because I feel like this is going to be a really long video. So my hair is naturally, I would say, a mousy blonde, and it lightens in the sun, so obviously in the summer I get my natural highlights through. I'd always, when my mum would get her highlights done, I would always have a couple put through the front. From the age of about 14, 15, I would have a couple of highlights put in just to lighten my whole face, and then it would frame my face. And my hair has always been very, very thick. I don't know if you can tell, but it is extremely thick, and it's not something that I particularly like. I mean, I prefer it thicker than thinner, but one day when I was at my grandma's, I really wanted to bleach my hair, and I wanted a dip dye because that was a phase at the time, and I must have been about 14 years old, and it was a craze to have dip dyed hair. And so I was with my grandma and we just bought some bleach, some like for really blonde hair, and my grandma did it, and all we did was we put it behind my, I remember I put it around my shoulders and I put 2 bands on it where I wanted her to go up to, and it must have been about here, and my hair was probably nearly like boob length, and my grandma just like painted it on and then left it, and then we obviously then took the hairbands out, and I had this line all around my head of this bleached hair, and my hair was incredibly long at the time as well. So yeah, anyway, I had dip dyed hair then, and so obviously a home dip dye. I had it cut short when I was about 15, it was around October, November time, because I remember at Christmas I also had it short, and that was to try and get rid of the bleach at the bottom because my hair was so dead. So when I had it cut, I had about an inch left, or like half an inch left on my hair of like blonde, and so that was just where, because I didn't want it really, really short. So then I had that cut short just to make it healthier again, and then yeah, so that was in 2014. And then in around March 2015, so when I was 15, I had it cut again very, very short, and I had it about I would say similar length to where it is now, maybe a bit shorter. And then I just let it all grow out, and I had my natural highlights, and I just had my natural hair. And then my hair got back to the length about where it was when I had it dip dyed. Yeah, so then I had all my natural highlights in the summer of 2015 after GCSEs and everything. And then in November, I was walking to one of my lessons with my friend, Georgie, and we went through Boots, and I was like, I really want pink hair. So we went to the hair dye aisle, and there was bleach, and there was pink wash, and it was the Bleach London stuff. And I decided to buy some bleach, and I texted my friends Abby and Sarah, who I was going out for dinner with that night, and said, do you fancy coming back to mine to bleach my hair after we go out for dinner? They obliged, and then they came back and we bleached my whole head, and it's fair to say I should have gone to a salon. Abby and Sarah had never dyed hair before, let alone bleaching hair, and if anyone's going to do it at home, I'd just say please go to a salon. Unless you really know what you're doing, don't do it at home. I was in my bathtub and they were just painting it on, doing random patches really randomly, and it was just a patchy mess basically. It was so many random different colours. I remember I had about half an inch at the top of my head where I held my head back when Abby was painting it on, and she realised she'd missed it, so I'd already had a bit that was left on longer than the rest, so it already looked like roots. And then so that was right at the end of November, I think, at the start of December. And then I remember on the 27th of December my friend Chelsea came round, whose mum is a hairdresser, and I said, please can you dye my roots? So she did my roots, left it on too long, I had white roots and yellow rest of my hair, and then I used purple shampoo. I remember it so well. I was in the bath, having a bath before my New Year's Eve party, and I was putting purple shampoo on to get the brassiness out, and my hair went strangely purple. But it wasn't the whole of my head, so it didn't look that normal. It was just my roots went purple. Yeah, so in all these New Year's Eve photos, I've got purple roots. I mean, it did look kind of cool, but yeah, and then Justin Bieber went kind of purple, which was kind of cool because it was around the same time. And then I got back from Amsterdam in February, so on the 18th of February I went to the hairdressers for the first time to get my hair properly done, and I mean like to get it properly bleached, and I went dark brown, and it was basically black. It was so dark, it was basically black. And I had it cut again just because it was so dead. And I actually really liked being dark brown. It was, I mean, I didn't really like being black, but when it lightened it kept washing out because I wanted to go back to my natural colour. So the way to do that was to dye it I think it was a cool tone brown, so that I didn't look ginger. So it kept washing out, and then around the end of April, beginning of May 2016, I said to my friends Martha and Jemima, I really need a haircut. So they said, go on then Laura. I sat on my bathroom toilet seat and they cut my hair. They did a side each and met in the middle, and it's possibly the worst haircut I've ever had. Don't trust your hair. Like, people say to me, you have so much trust in your friends for letting them do your hair. I had so much trust in them, but I'm like, hair is hair, it can grow back, and I actually loved it being short. They cut it so short that, well, I think it was about here before, and they cut it right up to my chin. I don't know if any of you remember seeing me in my YouTube videos when I had it so short and it was so uneven. It was a lot shorter at the back, so I had to have a bob cut in when I had it done by a hairdresser. You know what, I would never have cut it that length if it hadn't been for them doing a really shoddy job. So then in June, like I said, the hairdresser then evened it out, and it kept washing out. Like, the brown washed out really dramatically. I remember over, I think it was June half term, I came back and people had wondered if I dyed my hair blonde because it had washed out so much, and I loved the colour that it was though. Yeah, I was just getting asked and asked over again, have I dyed my hair again? And it just wasn't, I hadn't touched it with bleach or anything, I just let it wash out. So now you can't really tell, but I have, my roots are about here, and then I have the bleach where basically the brown dye has washed out. So this is where my hair was this time last year, basically, when I bleached it. And then I'm just going to leave it to dry out, I'm going to leave it to grow out now, and because I actually love it. I love this length, I love this colour, I love the cut. I think it does kind of need a cut though because it's a bit dead at the ends. But I still can't decide what I liked best. I can't decide if I liked it dark, if I liked it really bleached, or if I like it naturally like this. So let me know what you liked. And I think hair is an amazing thing to experiment with. It's such a great way of showing your personality, and well, I think this shows my personality is quite, how's best to describe it? What's the word? What word am I looking for? When you do things like instantaneously, you don't think about the consequences that much. I mean, I'm actually one to think about consequences quite a lot, but with my hair I was like, you know what, just go with it, because like I say, it's not something that's going to affect my life that dramatically because it does grow. And I think if you have the chance to experiment with your hair, make sure something as major as bleaching, I would say go to the hairdresser. It costs a lot more, but the amount of money, I spent about £40 on bleach in the end, so on like the amount of packets because my hair's so thick. So I probably would have spent nearly, maybe even double that just at the hairdressers, so it was not that different, and they would have done a lot better job. So I wish I'd gone to the hairdresser. Mum just kept saying to me, Laura, should we go to the hairdressers now? I'm prepared to pay for it for your Christmas present. Do you want to go to the hairdressers? Laura, I think we should go to the hairdressers. I was like, no Mum, we don't need to go to the hairdressers, it's fine, you just got to roll with it. But yeah, anyway, you've just got to experiment, haven't you? And I think now is the best time as well, because when you're young your hair is a lot healthier. So if you get the chance to experiment with your hair, but please don't go too OTT, like be careful of going green. I was so lucky my hair didn't go green once, touch wood, and yeah, and I love my hair at the moment, and it would never have got to this if I hadn't played around with it as much as I did in the last year. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you found that interesting. I hope some of the pictures that came up were, yeah, that you could see what I was talking about. Anyway, like, comment, share, subscribe, everything you always do, and I will see you next Tuesday at 6 PM. And I hope this is kind of different, it's not something politics or anything, but it's more chatty anyway. So thank you so much for watching, I really hope you enjoy it. Remember to subscribe for more weekly videos every Tuesday at 6 PM. Thanks so much for watching, bye!